Another pickups video for you guys. Let's go. So recently, a friend of the channel, Level 1 Online, took a trip to Japan, and on his break in Japan, he went to a game store and hit me up and said, "Hey, are there any games you need right now? Because I'm here at this store." I told him I was looking for a game called CyberOrg for the PS1. He said that game looks stupid, pick something else. So I said, "What about Super Famicom game?" He said, "Yeah, I got you on that." And I said, "I'm looking for Rockman X2, 3, and Rockman 7. He found those games immediately for a good price too, so shout out to Level 1 Online. Thanks for looking out for me on this one. So here the games are in their fantastic glory. It's kind of crazy how expensive these games are in America, but in Japan, they're almost going for like $10, $15. So glad to have these in the collection. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys have heard of these games before, but we'll just do a quick recap. Rockman Mega Man X2, Green Biker Dude. Rockman Mega Man X3, get to play as Zero for a little while. And Rockman Mega Man 7, Burst Man's level. I love that level. Here's a couple of games I got from Video Games New York. Here's Gylt. Now, this game actually, I believe, came out quite a few years ago, like I think, back in 2019-20, but it was a Stadia exclusive, if you guys remember that system. Thank goodness the developers decided to expand the game, because I don't think a lot of people would know about it if it just stayed on the Stadia. And of course, now it has a physical release. Now, you play as a young girl named Sally who's looking for her missing cousin, Emily. Now, Emily, I believe, has been missing for a month when the game starts, and pretty much the game starts with you putting up posters, letting everybody know that she's missing. But unfortunately, during the search, your character gets bullied by neighborhood kids, ends up getting lost, and you're trying to find your way back home. When you go to the train station that you find, you see this weird conductor, and the conductor says, "Hey, you got to buy this ticket to go home." You buy the ticket, and all of a sudden, you go to this jacked up looking city that's just, it's like a mirror image of, I believe, where Sally goes to school at, but it's just pretty twisted, and I found the game to be pretty eerie as I played through it. It really gave me an unnerving feeling about what was around the corner, because you're playing as a child in this game. She's only 11 years old, and she's going through a school like at nighttime in other parts of the city, and it's just like, it just looks very eerie, and the monsters in this game are just like terrifying looking. You know, I just feel bad for her. But mostly in the beginning of the game, you'll be kind of like playing stealth, like trying to hide from your enemies until you figure out how to take them out, or if you need to take them out. Some enemies you can just walk past. Some enemies are patrolling, so you have to be very careful, and some enemies are just like, they pretty much stalk you, so you have to be quiet when you can and run if you have to. Now, I wanted to mention also that I have played this game on live streams, and those videos are up, so if you want to check those videos out and see how it is, you know, definitely give those a watch. I might actually start doing more live streams. But anyways, going back into the game, I like how it gives you that sense of what's around the corner. It just feels like, I know I say this term a lot, but it just feels unnerving, just like a survival horror game should be. Oh, also, I did want to mention that the game has multiple endings, so depending on how you play the game, you'll get a different ending. There's a good ending, a bad ending, and a selfish ending, I would say. So anyways, guys, definitely check out Gylt. Let me know what you think about it.
Hey, Sally! You still looking for your cousin?
What'd you do to her?
Sally, we know you're here.
You can't hide from us.
There's still a chance for you to make things right, Sally. You must find Emily. She is the key to ending this nightmare.
All right, so here we have Hyper 5. Now, this is a horizontal shooter, and this one I feel like it was kind of like one of those shooters that kind of like wants to flesh out a story as well. I know a lot of shoot 'em up fans don't care about that, but I do, and I thought they did a good job fleshing out the story. But at the same time, when it comes to gameplay, I felt like this game was a bit too, like, I don't know, just like, I hate comparing it to other games, but I have to because I like fast-paced action. I feel like the action is kind of this slow pace. There's a lot of stuff that comes on the screen that you take out, but it's not really like, you're not moving around fast enough. It's not really like very exciting, I would say. Now, in saying that, doesn't mean this is a bad game. It just might be mediocre to the hardcore shoot 'em up fan. I do like how the game goes into a cinematic build when you're about to fight a big boss. I think that's pretty cool. But right now, as I'm playing the game, I think I'm on the 3rd level. Is nothing really like it's making it stand out from other games. Like, hey, you got to play Hyper 5. You know what I mean? But for shoot 'em up fans, they want to get that physical though, because it is limited. You might want to pick this one up. Alright, so here's AK-Xolotl. Hopefully I pronounced that right, but this game is similar to like twin stick shooters, like if you played Enter the Gungeon, and I'm pretty sure that one's popular. So this one is just like that. You shoot enemies, get upgrades, get energy, and you just clear out every level you're on, and you have a different choice of areas you could go to. You never know where you're going to go to next, but that's the thrill of these type of games. Now, having played a lot of these games in the past, I feel like this one, I don't know, guys. I feel like they should upgrade these type of games where it would have like co-op. I feel like it would really work well. But even though this one doesn't have it, it still has a lot going for it, and I love the sprite work and graphics in this game. Now, there is a collector's edition for the game, so for people who are looking for it, you might want to get the collector's edition if you like extras and things like that. Got it both, obviously, on PS5 and Switch. I wish it would have came out for PS4 though. I feel like this is a game that should have came out on PS4 over the PS5 because I like my indie games on the PS4. But hey, they're trying to reach a new fan base, so a lot of games are skipping over the PS4 to get to PS5. But anyways, guys, let me know if you're picking this one up. Here's Bramble, the Mountain King. So I've seen this game before, but I didn't know what it was called until recently, and finally picked up the PS4 copy, which is the one I've been wanting, which wouldn't go on sale for some reason, but after I buy it, it goes on sale. But anyways, you play as this kid who wants to go venture out in the forest at night against his mother's wishes. He goes out, meets up with his sister, they play some games and everything, and the game really gives you that false security that, everything's going to be all right, but you can feel like this ominous feeling that things are going to get really crazy. And I wasn't wrong about that, because first you're jumping from lily pads, meeting gnomes, to getting chased by swamp monsters. The game has some twisted like spiritual beings that are coming after you, and the first ones you actually meet are these trolls. Now the trolls actually like, they're so freaking gross, man. Like when you get a close-up look at them, it's just disgusting. But I would say things got real with me for this game when I got caught in the first trap. I didn't see it because it was so dark, but there's like these bear traps, and I just got caught up in one, and the game like pulls no punches, like showing your character like just disconfigured it. So it's like, wow. But anyways, you meet these gnomes, and the gnomes are like, they're not cute to me, but they're probably cute to other people. And there's this part where you rescue some gnomes and you take them back to their house, and you're like thinking like, all right, man, I saved someone. Good, this is good. As soon as those gnomes go in the house, the troll comes, tears their house down. You hear him screaming, burns it down, kidnaps them. It's just like, wow, dude, like all that for nothing. So you start to really feel like, yeah, this game is getting dark. And like if you played games like Little Nightmares, you know right away that you're in danger in that game. But this game just kind of like makes you feel like things are going to be all right until they're not. And, you're getting chased by some crazy looking monsters. And then there's a lot of traps out there. Now, I shouldn't say a lot, but you just got to be careful. You have to really look around your environment to make sure, at certain points, especially at night, that you could walk in certain areas. I don't want to go on about the game too much, but if you played Little Nightmares and you like that game, then this game will be very familiar to you, I would say. So I'm in the middle of it, so I'll let you guys know later when I beat it how I feel about it. But so far, it's on the right track, but I just hate that it makes me feel like everything's going to be okay when it's not. Here's ADK Collection. So the first game I'm showing you is Ninja Combat. This is one of the first Neo Geo games I saw, well, I remember from back in the day. This game is really a lot of fun, especially when you start to unlock the other characters. It's one of those beat 'em up classics that still holds its ground today. Then we have Ninja Masters. This is a really polished 2D fighting game, and I found out about this game probably like a little bit before the Neo Geo X came out. You know, I was pretty amazed with this game. I was really into fighting games at that time. And this one I couldn't believe like went under my radar. Then we have Ninja Commando on this collection. This game reminds me of a game I played back on the Sega Master System called Ninja. And this one obviously is a lot better, but yeah, cool that it has this game on here. Then we have Aggressors of Dark Combat. Now this is a fighting game that kind of plays like a beat 'em up versus game. So you can walk around anywhere you want, pretty much, pick up weapons, do special moves, but it just plays like more like a beat 'em up, I would say. This game's fun once you get used to it, but it could have used a little bit more polish. And here is Twinkle Star Sprites. So this is my favorite game on this collection, and this is one of those rare verse shoot 'em up games out there that you don't really see. This game actually inspired Rival Megagun. If you played that game, I've talked about it on the channel before, and that game is freaking awesome. So this is the game that kind of created that game. So definitely something you guys will want to look at. So with looking at all these games from the collection, is it worth getting? I don't know, because it's a straight port of the PS2 version. So no upgrades or anything like that, just a straight port. So you have easy access to the games, of course, but you know, if you already have the PS2 version or you know how it plays, you know, that'll kind of decide whether you want to get this one or not. Here's Bad Boys Miami Takedown. So back in the day when this came out, and you know, obviously this game got panned for not being that good, but coming back and playing it now, it does have its charm. You know, it's a simple shooter. You know, you shoot enemies and you try to like gather evidence during the level, like get a good grade or whatever like that. But what's really gonna like make people like want to play this game in a way is the voice acting is hilarious.
Gonna do some major damage with this baby.
Yeah, but to who?
Hey, got real dirty money here, partner.
So, scanning the floor for nickels finally paid off.
Oh, God damn it! An easy bullet in my ass.
Not something you want to be bragging about, Marcus.
Send a grown-up demon next time,
How they try to imitate, you know, Martin Lawrence and Will Smith in the movie is just hilarious. It's just funny on its own. Now, if you're wondering if the game is that bad, no, it's not really that bad at all. If this game came out as like a first generation game for the 6th generation of gaming, I think it would have been fine, you know, but it came out later during that life cycle and nobody wanted to play it, or they were just playing better games. Now, I feel the game is pretty solid from my perspective. But as you heard, the voice acting is just like, that's what I'm playing for. I want to hear all the dialogue lines, because they really try to like imitate Martin Lawrence and Will Smith, like their brothership in the movies, and it just like it's just too funny. But I'll let you hear another part before we move on to the next game.
You think you two TNT shits can stop me?
You bet your ass we're gonna stop you. It's over already.
It ain't over. It only just beginning.
Come on, let's get his peasy ass.
Chill, Marcus, he's gone.
What the hell did he mean by it's only beginning?
Maybe he's just an asshole who takes bad news well.
Yeah, well, I tell you, I'm gonna mess that scrawny up real bad, trust me. His mama ain't gonna recognize him. Well, I can hear her now. Who is this messed up scarecrow I see? This piece of garbage can't be my son.
Shut up.
Here is Dark. Now, this is a stealth combat game, kind of similar to like stealth games like Metal Gear Solid, but not on the level of Metal Gear Solid. I'm not saying that at all. Now, as the story goes, you're playing as a vampire who's suffering from amnesia, but the problem is your transformation hasn't gone through all the way, so you need to find your maker in order to be able to turn into a full vampire, or else you'll become a ghoul, a mindless ghoul. Now, it is kind of fun sneaking up on enemies with the special abilities that you have in the game, but for some reason the game's story just seems kind of silly to me, so it's hard to take this game seriously. I don't know, maybe it's because you're playing a stealth game wearing a hoodie. You know, that just seems really silly to me nowadays. But I don't know, man. Maybe some people have had some fun with this game. I'd like to know your guys' opinions in the comments, because right now I'm not really feeling it.
Nice.
Keep your target in mind and be careful.
Nice coffin. Will I need something like that in the future?
Coffin? Yeah, maybe if you're an idiot determined to fit all the cliches. I prefer a soft mattress.
Can I see your mattress sometime?
Oh, that was a pathetic pickup line.
Here's Wargroove Part 1 and 2. Now, I heard about this game a long time ago. One of my friends told me that the one that came out on PS4 was created by the same guy who made Advanced Tactics on the Game Boy Advance. Now, if this is anything like Advance Wars on the Game Boy Advance system, this game's going to be very addicting. So I'm preparing myself. But if you guys have played this one, I would love to know if you can compare it to that original game of Advance Wars. Let me know in the comment section. Alright, so here is Aliens Fireteam Elite. Now, I bought this game a couple years ago because I wanted to play with Media Glitch, but unfortunately, the game wasn't 4-player co-op, so I set that one out. But some time had passed, and I originally had sold the game, but I saw it on sale for like $13, $14 on Amazon. And I said, you know what, man, let me try this game out again. And I'm glad I picked it up. Now, initially, the game wasn't 4-player co-op. But the 3-player co-op, I can understand why it is only 3-player co-op, because from what I'm seeing, you're mostly in closed environments. So maybe 4-player would have messed things up. I don't know. I think it would have been great to have it in there so we all could have played, but at least it has some kind of co-op. But going back and playing this game, I'm actually having a lot of fun with it. I'm playing offline to kind of get a feel for things. Definitely, this is what Aliens Colonial Marines should have been. I always sometimes call it Colonel Marines. I don't know why. But the whole game captures the atmosphere of the movies really well. So this, I feel, is potential to be a really great co-op game. I'm going to try to get through it pretty soon here. I'll let you guys know my final thoughts later. But I'm happy that I actually bought this one back.